Do you remember my grudge from these past days? Cried Asano Naganori, Lord of Ako Domain, his gaze fixed on Kira Yoshinaka, a senior master of ceremony. Asano extended his short sword, charged through the castle corridor, and struck Kira, which, while the wound wasn't fatal, its consequences would be. The incident took place in April 1701 in Edo, Japan, modern-day Tokyo. The Tokugawa military government had gained power about a century before. This ushered in a period of peace and stability following the warring state of Sengoku era, which was marked by constant bloodshed and conflict ruled by warriors and their samurai. To secure their rule, the Tokugawa government aimed to tame the samurai class. Individual samurai carried two swords and served a single load to death. But the duties became primarily bureaucratic and administrative. Meanwhile, Tokugawa legal practice stipulated that both sides would be disciplined in the event of the violent quarrel. However, when officers convened following Asano's attack on Kira, they decided to punish only Asano, the incident perpetrator. They ordered Asano to commit seppuku, or ritual suicide. But they didn't stop there. They also commanded the seizure of Asano's castle, the disbandment of his house, and the arrest of his younger brother. The news traveled quickly back to Asano's domain. Overnight, the roughly 300 samurai in Asano's Britannian band found themselves dispossessed of their homes and stipends and turned into Ronin, or masterless samurai. They didn't know why Asano attacked Kira. No one did. Some have speculated that Asano refused to pay a bribe to Kira, who was supposed to be guiding him in the proper etiquette, so Kira humiliated him. Others that Asano had simply gone mad. This left the samurai of Ako Domain in crisis, facing the tension that lay at the very heart of the Tokugawa period. They were a perverse class of warriors inundated with epic legends of samurai loyalty, heroism, and martial glory. But they were forbidden from using violence. Their traditional role at once celebrated and restricted. Some of Asano's samurai said they should peacefully comply with government orders, others that they should immediately follow their road into death. One faction, led by Horibe Yasube, argued that they must see their road's apparent wishes through by killing Kira, claiming that so long as Asano's enemy was alive, they were dishonored. However, the effective leader of Ako Domain Samurai, Oishi Yoshio, believed that if they complied with the official orders, the Tokugawa authority might show mercy and permit Asano's brother to succeed him. So the samurai peacefully surrendered the castle, but their hope was dashed when Tokugawa officials placed Asano's brother in another family's custody, leaving them without a path to restore their status. Most accepted the government terms, but in the end, 47 of Asano's samurai, including Horibe and Oishi, didn't. And instead of formally asking permission to take revenge by a government-vetted system, they began plotting to kill Kira covertly. Almost 2 years after Asano's death, the Ronin, led by Oishi, broke into Kira's residence to kill 16 of his samurai and wounded 23 others before beheading Kira himself. They presented Kira's head at Asano's grave. They surrendered to Tokugawa officials, justifying their violence by saying they couldn't live under the same heaven as their lost enemy. The Ronin's action created considerable problems for the Tokugawa government. The Ronin action created considerable problems for the Tokugawa government. The Ronin had broken the peace and the range of blows, but the authority also knew the importance of honor and loyalty among samurai. After weeks of deliberation, officials decided the Ronin could be praised, but must be punished. they were permitted to commit seppuku, which offered them honorable deaths, and they were laid to rest next to Asano. But the story soon morphed into legend. Within weeks, it was dramatized for the stage, and soon after, scholars began debating the Ronin's action, some praising them as perfectly loyal and dutiful samurai, others condemning them as delusional criminals. Over the next 3 centuries, Japan continued examining and adapting the story in theater, film, propaganda, and beyond, grappling with the tension between law and culture, past and present, and repeatedly relitigating the instant long after the official verdict was rendered.